So it's the Polar Bear here again, bringing you game number 2 in best of 3 matches between. This is the first round in the Blizzcon 2010 series, and of course a lot of at stake here. Capoch needs to secure a victory so they can go on to game number 3. So let's see what he will do in this game. So just to repeat myself from game number 1, if you have not seen game number 1, check that out. But the standings, the rank of Capoch is significantly worse than from Loner, which is the Terran player here. Loner is extremely good Terran player. He's ranked number 26 according to Gozo Gamers, and Capoch is ranked number 1315. So we have a lot of difference here, but Capoch is a good player nonetheless, and they are fighting for their lives here. At least Capoch is in this game, and a lot of money is involved in this. The winner of Blizzcon 2010, I think, I might be wrong, gets $25,000, and the second place gets $10,000. So not small change there. We can buy a decent computer for that. So let's look at what's happening. The probe is moving out, and the SUV is countering him, but the SUV cannot really stop. He needs to scout as well, but Loner smartly is pulling one SUV off the mineral line just to harass this probe, so the probe cannot harass or do any odd stuff in his base, like attacking this SUV that was building the racks. So we have the SUV from Loner is coming to the proto space, Capoch space, and it seems fairly standard start beginning from Capoch. He did a similar tactic in game number 1, and this SUV just thought he would get piece of the minerals here. He wants to be mining. They feel out of place when they scout, so he couldn't resist himself. He needed some sort of minerals. So we have one marine here stopping this probe from advancing. I do wonder if the probe would survive if he would rush past this marine, but the probe would not find a lot out, because there is just a second barrack coming up, and there's a marauder coming out from Loner. So will he go for this bio ball that worked so well in the last game? Just marine, marauders, and stim with some medevacs. So impo, we see concussive going up and a supply depot. Not much to tell there. We see early robotics. So is he going for Colossus, or is he going for quick? Is he going to chrono boost an observer route? I'm not sure what he's going to do, but I do believe Loner has no idea about this second Drax. No, he does not see it. So one marauder and one marine, two best friends in the entire world, moving out. Think they can conquer an entire base by themselves. Maybe they can, but they decide to part ways and scout instead. So this sentry is able to force field here. One force field will block this ramp, so that's always good to have one sentry a bit early. We are going to see a chrono boosted Immortals coming out. So I think Capoch is just guessing now. He is guessing that our Terran player Loner is going for the same strat as he went for in the previous game. That's a bio ball, and he wants to counter that with Immortals. Of course, Immortals are very good against Marauders, so good counter unit there. We do see Stim being researched, and that's the drugs are impa, and the Marines really want their drugs. They will get depressed without them and suicide themselves in some weird fight. So are these 3 Marauders, 2 Marines going to move out? Let's look at the APM for these players. It's just going through the roof. 206 APM for Loner and 185 for Capoch. The Observer is going out here. He sees what's happening. He sees the Marauders. He sees the Marines. He knows the He's going to need to deal with the same strat as he did encounter in game number 1, or at least it looks like it. But we see a starport and one factory with tech lab going down, so I'm wondering if we see some siege tanks or even Helions with the upgrade. Nothing being made at the moment. Let's look at the production so I'm not missing anything. No productions for our Protoss player. What's going on with that? Only one probe going on, and we see robotics play. He's going for Colossi build. He wants to really kill those Marines. So will he have a Colossus out before Loner pushes out? That's a good question, and only time will tell if he will be able to manage that. But of course Stim and Marauders will be able to snipe out the Colossus pretty easily. So we see a siege tank, and we see siege stack being researched, so he's going to just lay siege to the Protoss main base. He's going to close him off. He's going to try to close off any further natural any expansion. Sorry about that, a bit tongue twisted there. So siege tanks are good, always good to have. And we're going to see medevacs, I do believe, but we're seeing a tech lab. So I wonder if we're going to see Raven or possibly Banshees, but a large army here of Marine and Marauders. Does he have any upgrades? No upgrades, but he has Stim, he has concussive, and a force field being laid down here. Not the best force field play, but still it's decent, because and a siege tank being deployed at the ramp, so the Protoss can't really do nothing except just back a bit out. He needs to kill that siege tank. Interesting play here. Loner seems to be just playing with the Protoss player. But we have a Colossus out, and this Colossus might just change everything. And if he gets the extended thermal lens upgrade for these Colossus, he can outrange the siege tanks. I do believe the siege tank have range 7, and the Colossus has range 6 at the moment, but he will get like range, I think 9 or something with the upgrade. Do we see the upgrade being researched? No, we do not see the upgrade being researched, and he's low on gas at the moment, so he needs that upgrade if he wants to be able to deal with the siege tanks. He has a proxy pylon here, sneaky pylon, so he might want to warp a Colossus. Nah, of course he cannot warp a Colossus out. Silly me. But what's the Protoss player going to do? It seems just the Protoss player is just afraid. He's just staying inside his base, and now Loner is just free to put up his natural. And we see a Banshee. That tech lab was for Banshees, but the Protoss player did see the Banshee, so he can deal with that with one observer and these stalkers, so the Banshee will not be much of a threat, I believe. I think Vikings should be a good, another Banshee coming out. Vikings are of course extremely good against Colossi, so I think he should get a couple of those, but this Banshee is only for harass possibilities, and he's going to try to do some damage with that. But take a look at this, guys. He's just, Loner is so supreme in this battle. He has the map control, he has his natural being built, he has good macro. Let's look at this. He's using all his minerals, he's using all his gas, so very good control from him as well. Infantry weapons level 1 coming out, and the extended thermal lens, like we did predict, are coming out and almost being researched. And these Colossi, or this Colossus, he only has one. He has a second one on the way, but he's trying to secure his natural at the moment. This is crucial. He needs to get this up if he wants to have a chance against this Terran player. This Terran player is just frighteningly good with these Banshees. these bansies, I think, serve the only purpose is keep the Protoss player inside his base. That's what these bansies want to do, and they are succeeding. But this banshee is going to being picked out just barely. Of course, the SCVs can repair the banshee, so if he would have gotten out, that would have been good. But let's see, another starport being built here. He's using his resources very efficiently. And let's look at these supply depot locations. He can just pop them up if something is going to happen, and close off his mineral line. So good play there. But a huge battle here going down. 2 Colossi in play, but a huge Marine Marauder ball just going to deal with these Colossi and sniping this Colossi out. He just exploded there. The Protoss tech just exploded in mid-air. So, and of course these missile turrets can attack the Colossi, so good defense for those siege tanks. But will Loner allow Capoch to get his natural to be up and running and be saturated? I think he might have some trouble then. He's maynarding some probes to his natural. Of course, that's always a good idea, because as you can see, the main is almost fully mined, and this applies to both players. This Banshee is trying to do some damage. It has 0 kills, so no damage being done at the moment. These shields will regenerate. Not sure why he attacked 2 different probes. He might have gotten 1 kill, but a huge army here. Let's look at the supply for these players. 81 against 119, so a bit of a difference there. Of course, the Terran player can siege here, but these Colossi will do a lot of damage at the high ground. Good play there for scan going down, so that's very crucial. And the siege tanks are going to focus this Colossus down, and the Colossus is going down. A second scan going down, and all the units from the Protoss player are dead at the moment. 1 Colossus almost out, but this is deadly. The Terran player has a lot of 4 siege tanks, 2 banshees, and a healthy, well, not healthy, they're almost dying, all of them, but still a good amount of marauders and marines. Capoch did GG, and in my opinion, Loner did dominate these 2 games. So we will not move on to the 3rd game, because this is a best of 3 and there's no point in holding a 3rd game if one of the players have gotten 2 victories. So good play from Loner. We will see more of both these players in the future, and I will try to cast every single game from this match, because I think every single one of those games are entertaining and fun to watch. So this is HDpolarbear, going to get something to drink. See you guys.